Ivan the Terrible, also known as Ivan IV, was the first Tsar of Russia and a complex historical figure who left an indelible mark on the country's history. Born on August 25, 1530, Ivan's reign spanned from 1547 until his death in 1584. His epithet, the Terrible, is a translation of the Russian word Grozny, which can also be interpreted as formidable or awe-inspiring. Ivan's life and rule were marked by political cunning, military conquests, and a legacy that continues to influence perceptions of Russian leadership. Early life and ascension to the throne. Ivan IV was the son of Grand Prince Vasily III and his second wife, Elena Glinskaya. His father's death in 1533, when Ivan was only 3 years old, marked the beginning of a tumultuous period in Russian history. The boyars, or noble class, vied for power, leading to a series of regencies that left the young Ivan politically vulnerable. In 1547, at the age of 16, Ivan was crowned Tsar of all Russia. This event marked the establishment of the Tsardom of Russia and the beginning of Ivan's personal rule. His coronation signaled the centralization of power in the monarchy, consolidating authority under the Tsar and laying the foundation for future autocratic rule. Early reforms in the Oprichnina. Ivan IV initially pursued administrative reforms aimed at strengthening the central government and reducing the influence of the boyars. He established the Zemsky Sobor, a national assembly that represented various social classes, to advise the Tsar on matters of state. Ivan also implemented a legal code known as the Sudebnik in 1550, which aimed to create a uniform system of justice. However, as his reign progressed, Ivan's methods became increasingly draconian. In 1565, he introduced the Oprichnina, a policy that involved the creation of a separate, loyalist force known as the Oprichniki. These enforcers, dressed in black and mounted on black horses, were given sweeping powers to maintain order and eliminate perceived threats to the Tsar's authority. The Oprichnina marked a period of widespread terror and political purges. The Reign of Terror. Ivan's rule during the Oprichnina was marked by brutal repression and widespread purges. The Oprichniki, acting as both military and secret police, instilled fear across the land. Numerous executions, torture, and confiscation of property characterized this dark period in Russian history. Ivan's paranoia and distrust of the boyars led to the deaths of many prominent nobles, contributing to the atmosphere of terror that defined his reign. One of the most infamous incidents during this time was the massacre of Novgorod in 1570. Ivan accused the city's elite of treason and disloyalty, resulting in the massacre of thousands of residents. The brutality of these actions earned Ivan the epithet the Terrible in the eyes of both contemporaries and later historians. Military campaigns and expansion. Despite the internal turmoil, Ivan IV was a skilled military strategist, and his reign saw significant territorial expansion. One of his most notable achievements was the conquest of the Khanate of Kazan in 1552. The capture of Kazan marked the incorporation of vast territories into the Russian state, expanding its influence and securing important trade routes. In 1556, Ivan further expanded Russian territories by capturing the Astrakhan Khanate. These conquests solidified Russia's dominance in the region and established the country as a major player on the international stage. Ivan's military successes contributed to the narrative of a powerful and awe-inspiring leader, despite the brutality of his methods. Personal tragedies and psychological decline. Ivan's personal life was marked by tragedy and loss, contributing to his increasingly erratic behavior. His first wife, Anastasia Romanovna, died in 1560 under mysterious circumstances, leaving Ivan devastated. The loss of his beloved wife had a profound impact on his mental state, and he became increasingly paranoid and distrustful. Ivan's relationship with his son and heir, Ivan Ivanovich, also added to the personal turmoil. In a fit of rage, Ivan allegedly struck his son, who died shortly afterward. The death of his heir left Ivan without a clear successor, paving the way for the time of troubles after his death. The creation of the Oprichnina and Ivan's legacy. Ivan's establishment of the Oprichnina and his brutal methods of governance have left a lasting legacy on Russian history. The Oprichnina, in particular, is often seen as a symbol of despotism and cruelty. The psychological toll of Ivan's personal tragedies, combined with the political repression, led to a legacy that earned him the moniker the Terrible. Ivan's death in the time of troubles. Ivan the Terrible died on March 28, 1584, leaving a power vacuum that contributed to a period of political instability known as the Time of Troubles. The lack of a clear successor and internal strife plunged Russia into chaos, with various claimants vying for the throne. The subsequent decades saw foreign invasions, civil unrest, and economic decline, marking a turbulent period in Russian history. The time of troubles eventually culminated in the ascension of Michael Romanov to the throne in 1613. The Romanov dynasty would go on to rule Russia for more than 3 centuries until the Russian Revolution in 1917. The legacy of Ivan the Terrible's reign continued to shape the trajectory of Russian governance and politics for centuries to come. Evaluation of Ivan's legacy. Ivan Ivy's legacy is a subject of ongoing debate among historians and scholars. While his military achievements and centralization of power are acknowledged, the brutality of his methods and the impact of the Oprichnina cannot be overlooked. Some argue that Ivan's reign was a necessary step in the consolidation of Russian power, while others condemn the cruelty and repression that characterized his rule. The psychological toll of personal tragedies on Ivan's mental state is also a point of interest. Some historians suggest that Ivan suffered from mental illness, contributing to his erratic behavior and harsh policies. Understanding the complex interplay of personal and political factors is essential in evaluating Ivan the Terrible's legacy. Ivan the Terrible remains a controversial and enigmatic figure in Russian history. His reign, marked by political intrigue, military conquests, and brutal repression, left an indelible mark on the trajectory of the Russian state. Ivan's establishment of the Tsardom of Russia and the centralization of power set the stage for centuries of autocratic rule. The Oprichnina, with its reign of terror, remains one of the darkest chapters in Russian history. Ivan's legacy is a complex tapestry of military prowess, political cunning, personal tragedy, and psychological decline. As historians continue to explore the nuances of his rule, Ivan the Terrible stands as a testament to the complexities and challenges of leadership in a formative period of Russian history.